Hey everyone, and welcome back to the Modcast. Today we've got Dylan back here.
Good sugar.
And Brody is joining us for the second time. Well, he's had a couple guest appearances.
Yeah, I've tagged on it.
Yeah.
And I've been an appendage before, but
Now we
here
got a guest on the podcast. And we got quite a bit to talk about.
A bit to talk about. So this last time before you were here, we talked about a mod that you actually got a big email on. We shouted you out. We did give you credit.
Right.
We didn't just say, hey, we found this. Brody actually told me about this, but the albums.
Yeah.
So what do you think about that then?
I think that thing could be revolutionary if it's everything they promise it to be, with the 15-minute fast charge and with the 3700 mod. It
charges as well, charges other things.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it has so much potential, and if it can live up to that, I really think it's going to be a game changer. And I'm excited to see it. Geek Vape Ages, they're always on point.
They are.
Speaking of game changers, that's one of the main reasons Brody is here.
This is true.
Because I have not really watched it. I've seen the first movie, of course, and we're talking about
the Mighty Ducks.
The Mighty Ducks.
Changers.
Game Changers.
Oh, yeah.
But both of these nerds have been on it hardcore.
Big fans.
How many episodes are out?
Three.
Alright.
Three. There's 3 movies as well.
Right.
It's not like the Karate Kid where they had a terrible 4th movie nobody talks about. Just 3 great movies.
But the series is going more than 3 episodes, right?
Yes.
Okay.
We're gonna have a whole I think they're gonna shoot for like 4 or 5 seasons.
There was
okay.
also that animated Mighty Ducks thing.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
I've never seen it, but I know it exists. That's not what we're talking about today.
But that's not. But before we get into that, I want to know, since you're a person that hasn't watched it,
Right.
did you love the Mighty Ducks? Were you a big fan?
Oh, the first movie.
Quack, Quack, right?
Yeah, right. Quack,
and
Quack.
I think with being a Cobra Kai fan, it's a show. Someone like you,
I'd
you
probably-
went back and rewatched the movies, you probably love the show.
I think I'd have to go watch the movies because I've seen all the first movie, but again, that was a while ago. And then I've only seen part of the second.
That's the thing about Gamechangers, though, is I feel like you don't have to have seen movies to watch.
So it's not as callback heavy as...
I don't think so.
It is
Cobra Kai.
and it isn't. It's that kind of thing, like the little things, and we'll talk about those, but like the nods to the movies are very subtle, but they're not like...
There's something like us, the super
So if
geeks.
you don't catch it, you're not missing
It's
anything.
like super
Not much
geeks like me and Brody.
Exactly. Yeah.
We'll get it. We see it and we're like, oh!
Right.
But someone else watches, they're like, oh, that's just there.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I mean, I've always loved the Mighty Ducks myself.
Right.
Goldberg was someone who I related with as a kid.
Yeah.
Big guy,
Right.
goofy, really couldn't skate. I mean, I still can't skate. But I mean, it just had a great storyline.
Mhm.
Really cool to finally see like in my like childhood someone I could relate to, because
Right.
normally it's the skinny skater guy. Which I mean, the story is still about Charlie Conway.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
It's definitely about the kids. It's definitely about the Ducks.
Right.
And that's what I definitely feel Game
They
Changers.
follow the team.
Yeah, they follow the team, and that's what we're definitely seeing.
Oh, yeah.
Starting off with episode 1.
Everyone
is-
gets a little attention. It's not
Yeah.
just Charlie. There you get a little Banksy, you get a little Fulton Reed, you get a little Goldberg, you get a little Julie the Cat, you get a
You
little...
get a little bit of everybody.
Do they have a new
They do have a
Bash
new-
Brothers?
Not yet. We assume
Okay.
that's coming. We'll get into
Okay.
that. So we'll start with episode 1. We see Evan. He's the main character.
Gotcha.
He's the person me and Brody say is the Charlie.
Okay.
He's had the Charlie arc.
Right.
He even in the first episode wore the same drip as Charlie, the Minnesota hoodie and the yellow socks,
Right.
For his first practice with the new team.
Did you just use drip in conversation?
I did.
Dang right
I
you
did. Look
I
at me
am
being
impressed.
relevant to 2020.
And
Shocking.
we see first off that Evan gets cut from the Ducks. His coach tells him he's not big enough, he's
Right.
not strong enough,
Yeah.
and now they're cut. And it's kind of sad. His mom goes to all the practices. She goes out there and makes a bluttering mess of the situation.
Yeah. Oh.
Really embarrasses Evan to the
Right.
point like,
And
there's really no coming back from it.
That's the parent you never want in
Yes.
sports.
she's a single mom too, just like Charlie's mom.
Right.
Yeah.
That was something I wanted to bring up since we're talking about it, is how, for the most part, they're not touching on the kids' backgrounds
Not yet.
quite as much. And the current Charlie is not, broke like old Charlie was.
I can agree with that.
And it's interesting to see the different...
Because the Ducks are definitely like your Carmel High School team.
Right, they're established.
They're established. They're known.
powerhouse.
They're like, I think they're on their 6th now,
So-
6th or 7th consecutive title.
Yeah.
Right.
So like being a part of them is big.
Right.
And the big thing we see is them now him leave. The mom is like, well, you know what? We're gonna start our own team. And she leaves, and then now start their own team called the Don't Bothers. Terrible.
That's
I really hope
That's
I
horrible.
really hope they change that when Gordon Bombay comes around.
Wait, so this is stuck around? The
Yes,
other team?
the Don't Bother.
Oh.
They are now a team. Evan
Yeah.
has found a few people. He's found a person that me and Brody really liked is instead of having an announcer, the person actually is a kid doing a podcast
Yeah.
Oh!
about the Ducks
Yeah,
and
so
like
that's how they replaced, the radio calls from
Yeah.
the first movie. That's how they replaced that,
Right.
and worked that into it. And I just
Very
love that
cool.
that update.
Yeah.
It's
So they
nice.
got the podcast
you
kid,
know.
and then they got Coop, which is their very much Goldberg-like character.
Oh,
Right.
We were impressed. They went out of their way to find the most Goldberg-looking kid.
Oh, dude, it's insane.
It's crazy.
They have to be related some way somehow. And what I loved about Coop was they were playing, and it fits just the time beautifully. Is him and the podcast kid are playing a hockey game on their console.
Nice.
And the kid is the best in the city.
Right.
And they go see him, and he's just chilling in the basement, sitting in his chair, playing it.
Right.
And he was like, "I'm no good at hockey." And they were like, "Dude, you have the skills. You have cat-like reflexes from playing video games. You don't realize it." He's like, "No way, man. That's not happening."
Can't do it.
And then Evan grabs something, throws it at him, and he catches it
Catches it.
instantly.
Right.
And he's on it. He can't skate though. And that's something we have seen a lot of going into this. Is no one really can skate other than Evan.
Really?
Yes,
Interesting.
Evan is the only one with any
Experience.
background, and that's the thing is obviously he was somewhat good because the only reason he was cut from the Ducks is the size issue.
Yeah.
Wait, so.
Because that's the big thing with this new season is he got cut because he's 12 to 14 is full contact.
Yeah, first
Right.
year with
Okay.
First year with full contact.
Okay.
And now we go on to episode 2. Oh wait, before we get on episode 2, there's a little teaser thing in episode 1 that we both caught. Was right when you get into the Ice Palace, which is Gordon Bombay's place that he runs, you see a father and a daughter skating in the light, and it's definitely a callback to the third one because that coach used to take his daughter out on the ice and skate and push her. I can never remember his.
It
hate
was
him.
the Stern coach.
Yeah, the very stern coach. I hate
who
him.
we found out had a backstory, who had a paralyzed daughter, and he took her figure skating and did and
Very cool.
with Charlie in Bombay, and he was like, this is why he is this way.
Yeah.
This is
So-
why he's abrasive.
We saw someone like that on the ice right when we see the Ice Palace. Someone's pushing their daughter, and
Right.
It's got to be
it's got to be just a tip of the head, just
Yeah.
like, hey,
Oh, yeah.
to the Duck fans.
Was it the first episode with the no hockey?
You have no hockey.
Yeah.
So that's been the big thing with Bombay we've seen. He hates hockey. The main coach of the Ducks, man. #1 man. The Minnesota Miracle Man himself.
Yeah.
The guy who's supposed to be quack quack Mr. Ducks.
Yeah. Coach Team USA.
Coach Team USA. The
Really?
man who went to go minor.
Interesting.
And we get to figure out why he leaves and does hate hockey. We'll touch that here at the end. But we're kind of seeing that he is an ass.
Yeah.
He's an asshole
Straight
from
up.
the jump.
Straight up.
But me and Brody both loved it. It was one of those we were so why? What happened?
Right,
What happened to
right.
the Minnesota Miracle Man?
Yeah.
Why are you so broken?
The thing I noticed is in the Ice Palace, that's what it's called, is they had a big sign, no hockey.
Right.
But at the same time, since that's where the Don't Bother's home ice is, there's the one rink in town that would take it
Right.
Yeah.
because they needed the money.
Right.
So there was still a sign for a home team locker room, which to me was there has been hockey there at
Right.
some point.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah.
it just adds into that thing of what happened.
Right. Yeah.
Something
And that's
happened.
the one thing that was really cool in episode 2 is Evan knows him. Evan knows Bombay. He knows the story of the
Oh, yeah.
Ducks.
Right.
He knows he's the Minnesota Miracle Man.
Yeah.
So he keeps going. He keeps prying, and he's just like,
Oh,
nope, not happening.
So it's the redemption
Yeah.
story, bringing him back to
Bringing him
hockey.
back to hockey.
He's trying
And
to coach
one of my
the-
favorite parts, he goes in, he's like, hey man, can you help us? My mom's trying, but we're just out here not even playing with sticks yet. That's not what the Ducks would have done. Is there anything? He was like, nope, this is what I nap. I nap from 1 to 3. And he was like, well, that seems pretty convenient. That's when the Don't Bothers practices. He was like, exactly. So still seeing that just doesn't care, doesn't hate,
Yeah.
still get away
Right.
from me hockey.
Right.
And we definitely see another thing we didn't touch on with that announcer in the podcast. Disney did something I'm very surprised about, really cool, is he falls on the ice and gets hurt a little bit, not anything serious.
Right.
He was like, oh no, someone's going to have to tell my 2 moms.
Yeah.
And that was really cool. Like,
Nice.
Yeah.
Really cool to see them actually have a same-sex couple added
Right.
into this world
Yeah,
because
and it's really subtle.
it's very subtle.
Not overblown. It's cool. It's just like treated like a normal thing, and I
Well,
appreciate that.
so I was watching, for whatever reason, I've been watching a lot of George R.R. Martin's,
Okay.
like talking about the books, Game of Thrones books, and
Yeah.
his other books, and he takes questions from the audience, and someone asked him, he's like, so like with Sir Loris, what makes you want to add a gay character like into the story? And his answer was, I go around and I see gay people in real life.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, they're there.
They're there.
And so that's a really good way to address it. Yeah, it's just a couple, another set of parents out there who have a kid that's interested in hockey.
And we definitely see that
There you
as
go.
a big thing with the Game Changers season is the parents. Is
Yeah.
the Ducks being this big powerhouse of these parents
Well,
want
and
to set them up because
And-
if you're on this team, you're going to go on the high school team
Right.
and you're
And
going to
it's-
just be well off.
Also well established, or kind of, I guess, hinted at that the Ducks, if you've seen the movies, parallel the Hawks
yeah.
very heavily. The
They-
rich kids,
Yeah.
who are
That's what I
very
was
good with the parents
just
who will spend
noticing.
$10,000 on them, for a summer training camp.
Right.
Like literally,
Well,
one
it's-
of the
it's
parents
kinda-
brought it up. They brought that up in the one episode. Was like the mom when Evan gets cut. She's like, "You really need like a food therapist and this person here." And he's like, "I'm actually this." And it's just like you really paid two people to be at a kids' practice.
Right.
Yeah.
This is supposed to be
Yeah.
fun.
And see, that's their whole point with
Don't
No
get me-
Bothers is it's supposed to be fun. It's
Right.
hockey and you're 14 years
Yeah,
old.
exactly.
And they definitely have a very Banks rich kid that Evan is very connected to. It's Sophie. And the moms seem like they were pretty good friends as well. And Sophie's a snipe shooter. We figured that out.
Right.
Well, there's a little animosity between
Yeah,
them.
between the moms a
Evan-
little bit.
oh, the
Just a
moms.
little
The moms,
Yeah.
because she's rich and they work together.
Right.
So
Yeah,
she,
it's Sophie's mom is
Oh.
Evan's mom's boss.
yeah.
Right.
So there's that
Gotcha.
kind of awkward tension I kind of feel like there.
Yeah, where your
So-
boss is loaded and
Yeah, worker isn't.
yeah.
So it's really like since episode 1, even cut from the Ducks, every one of the Ducks has written Evan off. No one
Right.
wants to be his friend. No one's
Yeah.
even talking to him at lunch.
Right.
Sophie barely talks to him, it seems, because she knows how it's going to end up for her. So they definitely have that moment of nobody's joining. It's literally him, the podcast guy, maybe Coop.
Right.
So he finally has his moment. He's in the lunchroom and he's like, "Do you guys really want to be like the Ducks? The person who wrote me out, didn't care about me, doesn't care about me. If you're not with them, you're against them, pretty much." And that's how. Or you can be part of my team. We're gonna have fun. We're gonna care about each other. We're gonna be a group that actually does this, and it's not just about competition. And a few people stood up. Coop stood up.
Warrior Princess.
The Warrior Princess,
I
like
love
every
the
high
Warrior
school had
Princess.
one of those girls.
Right.
The
Oh,
really
yeah.
nerdy girl
I can't
that had
remember her name.
nunchucks and everything.
Oh
Oh
yeah.
yeah, she.
Oh yeah.
You know the
Dresses
type of girl
up
I'm
like a
talking
warrior
about.
princess. I
Yeah,
love it. I love how.
Oh
they
wait,
have
that's
that.
your wife's name.
it is.
No, the girl in my high school. She had the cape and the nunchucks. You know, her name was
Nice.
So
Shelby.
they got her. They're trying to get Sophie because they need that good player other than Evan. They need somebody else that's good. And then they got this one kid who's just a good-looking guy.
well, it's like when they show him the first team, he's like in Toronto Maple Leaf stuff, and it's
Right.
like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, it's this rich kid who's from Toronto or
Right.
something. He's a huge hockey fan and can't
Don't play
skate.
hockey. Yeah.
And so the mom is just trying, man. She's trying to be a good coach, trying to show them because
Trying
she
to be a
steps
good
up
mom.
because they need a coach.
Right.
So and they can't find one. She doesn't really know
Well,
Bombay's a
so
coach.
yeah, and so Bombay's
she-
gonna step into that role
So
eventually.
they finally have their first game against the Cardinals in episode 2.
I think it was the Cardinals.
I think it was. I think we're gonna say it's the Cardinals.
If it's not, well,
Oh well.
I thought that was baseball.
who cares?
Well, that was Ball State. Oh well. But they finally play, and man, it's an annihilation.
Yeah.
17-0.
No, that was the Ducks.
Oh,
game.
it
I don't
was.
think they didn't score any in their first game.
It was 17-0, something ridiculous like that. Some team to 0, bad, real bad.
And the mom's like, "All right, guys, we did this. We all had fun. Like it was super fun. We did it." And Evan's like, "That wasn't fun.
Oh.
It's not fun to go out there and get your ass kicked."
Right.
And it was very serious. And
Yeah.
like, the mom kind of realized it.
Right.
And then kind of cuts. We realize we see that home lockers again. We see
Right.
that sign again.
Right.
And we go to episode 3. We see them like, what are they going to do? How are they about to rally as a team?
This is where it gets heavy.
It got super heavy.
Everything happens in episode 3.
It
Damn.
does.
For the most part.
This is the most we have to talk about. Is we see him now. We see Bombay watching him, hearing him, seeing things. Sees the moms.
Well, actually, at the end of episode 2, don't forget, the mom goes to the rink because she's like distraught because her son blew up at her. They got their asses kicked. Yeah. He doesn't want to do it anymore. No one else wants to do it anymore. She doesn't know what to do. She goes to the ice palace and is just chilling there. And Gordon Bombay is out on the ice skating, shooting. Yeah. With a goal out there, and he's like, "Well, like there's no hockey stuff here. I don't know what you're talking about. Like none of this is happening." And he's just like brushing it off. So then that was how episode 2. Right. Was with them talking and Gordon.
Oh yeah, I forgot. He's the one who set something up for the episode. Was he said there was no hockey stuff there. That made me think of it. Was Bombay gives her a little tip. Was like, hey, well the Ducks have a room of lost and found, and if you can get in there, there's a lot of good stuff. Yeah, because it is still kind of implied that the kids on this team are not the wealthiest, so they don't have any funding. Like, so they were literally had to get together within a week.
So rather than in the first movie, they had the law firm to buy them all that stuff. They just kind of went and stole it from the Ducks,
and they got everything they needed now. So now they've got the team. They're practicing. It seems to be going a little bit better. Obviously, none of them are catching up. Right. Bombay is now watching them. Right. He sees the mom's notebook and happens to put in a little play. Yep. Because who are they about to play in their next game finally? The Ducks. Yeah. And Evan keeps trying to get Sophie, the girl who's on the Ducks. Right. And the parents aren't going to agree. And Brody really thought she wasn't going to play. And she does. She's the one who's just, shoot her.
Merciless too.
Merciless. Yeah. She didn't care.
Because she was like
checking people.
Well, she had that grudge against the Don't Bothers and Evan because he was all of them were trying to persuade her to join the team. So,
all week,
all week, and so she had that thing of F these guys. Right. I'm gonna show them what's up. So she did. It was.
They got 17 points on them. They finally have about 12 seconds left. Mom realizes the play, so I'll tell you the play. It's really cool. So the puck gets ended up by the Don't Bothers goal. They think a kid's laying on it because he fell. Coop, the goalie, grabs it, scoots over because he can't skate, drops it to Evan. So now all the whole Ducks are behind the goal. Right. He pretty much has a runaway other than Sophie. Yeah. Sophie goes for him. He does a spin, gets it, and flips it in. Gets 17-1.
Gets one.
Gets one. They're celebrating. They're super hyped. Yeah. And the Ducks coach overhears them, super pissed. Mm-hmm. Yeah. He's like, makes him go back out. Literally does what Bombay does in the first one when they lost their first big match.
Makes him go.
Maybe the second.
That was the second.
Second one, yep. They had to go out and skate after their match and they practice again. Yeah. So he makes them do that, and that's when Sophie finally realizes she's not on the right side of things. Yeah. She doesn't want to be there. She wants to be part of the Ducks.
Right. When you're getting punished when you're getting punished for getting one goal scored against your 17. Yeah. Maybe you're like, I think I'm on the wrong team.
But her parents are very against it. They're very much you gotta have straight A's. She got a B just for going out and having pizza one night when Evan was trying to talk to her about joining. And she blames Evan for it.
He did the whole, I need help with math.
Yeah.
And kind of turned it into something else.
Yeah.
And, tried to give her. So, as part of his persuading, he gave her a Don't Bother jersey with the C on it. It was you should be the captain because you're the best player on the Ducks. You're what we need. Yeah. So, at the end of the game, with the Ducks, when she realizes I can't be with this team anymore. She goes back and gives the jersey back. It's I can't be captain because Evan has to be captain. So he's the current captain.
Right.
And then we see them go back. The mom kind of goes and tells Gordon what happened. You can see now he's excited.
Right.
And she's
kind of
she's like, I've done my research on this. I know who you are. I know that you were Team USA.
She went into his office and was like, did you put that in there? And he's like,
I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Right.
Did it work?
Ah! So he's being coy as shit.
Yeah, he's like, it worked.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. I was like, okay.
Finally get it. She was like, tell me what happened. Something happened to you.
Right.
You're the Minnesota Miracle Man. I've known you're part of Team USA. I know you started the Ducks. Yeah. But now you hate hockey.
Right.
What happened?
And this is the most important 2 minutes in the entire show.
So good.
At this point.
We know he went to the minors.
Right.
He played, and in his first game, younger guy tore his ACL.
So 19 years old. It was actually shown in the second movie. Yeah. In the beginning of the second movie, he gets slashed and tore his ACL in half.
which I always hoped and thought he was going to go back. He was going to be fine. Like Bombay was going to make it after an ACL too.
Yeah. So then, story-wise, then he is healing. He goes back, coaches Team USA / the Ducks to the Junior World Championship, whatever.
Right. Yeah, and then they go to the third one. Charlie and them play under the new coach. Charlie doesn't have a good time. We really don't know what happens to Bombay, but Bombay comes back and visits.
During, when Han dies. We see him at the Han funeral and for briefly afterwards, and that's...
Yeah, he sits down, takes him to the morning and shows him why his coach is the way he is.
Right.
And says, you need to listen to him.
Right.
I know you love the way I did things, but he could really help you, Charlie. And Charlie then, from then on out, did start to listen to that coach.
Right.
And by the end of that movie, he did get his C back from that coach. He was like, and he slapped it on at the end of the game, right before he had to do his last move. And it was awesome because that moment, it's still one of my favorite moments in movies, is just Charlie, I really thought was going to take the shot.
Was it Coach Orion?
I think so.
Yeah. To win, Coach Orion, sir.
Yep. And
that's right.
You really thought Charlie was going to shoot, was going to take that shot, the movie was going to be over, it's going to be clapping. But Charlie doesn't take the shot at the end finally. He scoops it, hits it to Goldberg, who's the goalie, and everyone goes, Goldberg, shoot! And he makes it.
Nice.
And you see Orion's very, happiness and want of just, you finally did what you were supposed to.
Right.
You finally realized we're a team, this isn't alone.
Yeah, exactly. It's not a solo sport.
And there's now, I think the big synopsis of all 3 of those episodes are pretty done. I think 4 now is the one we and Brody have been seeing rumors about, is the whole cast is supposed to come back.
Yeah.
And I think they're going to come back as a favor to Bombay.
Right.
I really do, and show these don't bothers, the flying V, show them some of the old school moves and to make them better.
Continue to as what happened to Bombay. The Ice Palace, it's told right away that the Ice Palace is struggling financially.
Right.
He inherited that from Han. So not only did he get his ACL torn in half by hockey, he had that financial ruin, and he set up a college program. He was a college coach. And there was a kid who couldn't afford tape for his stick, and he gave the kid money to buy tape for his stick, which is against the NCAA's rules.
Right.
So he was
isn't
fired.
That is not.
Good.
Really?
That actually happened a big thing because of D Storm. He's a big YouTuber.
Okay.
He had to quit college NCAA because of his streaming. And
really?
Yeah, because it was that millions of views. Dude's awesome. Look him up. He does kick challenges and stuff.
Pride that the NCAA players are paid.
And now they are and I mean a lot of it goes with the times. I feel like a lot of it definitely goes to the Ball family there.
Right.
He wanted his kids from high school to be making money. And I can't blame him. I can't blame him. If you have a shoe deal, you want to make shoes, your family sells your own shoe, and you're.
I mean, if you're well known enough in high school with social media, with TikTok, all that. I mean, if you're getting the views and you're pulling views and exposure, then why not advertise? And why not let a fucking 13-year-old have a contract with their parents to make money on shoes or shorts or whatever?
Gamechangers has definitely been game-changing for us. I definitely think we're going to see more. We're going to see Sophie switch teams here soon.
Yeah.
She has to convince her parents. That's the
one he brought up and you brought up, we haven't seen them yet. That's something I did want to talk about. Because we know it is full contact to 12 to 14. They haven't gotten their full... They haven't got a Bash Brother yet. No one on this team is big.
Yeah.
So that's what I think is coming in the next 2 episodes too. Someone they run into is going to become their Bash Brother.
Yeah.
Someone has to, because there's no size on this team.
Yeah.
Right. That's why I haven't got cuts, because of size. So if you don't have anyone in there that's a Bash Brother, you're not going to win. So I feel like
the girl.
She's a shooter.
She's a shooter.
She's going
to be their shooter, scorer.
So
they're going to find some
back her up.
If you remember, Adam Banks, she's the Adam Banks.
Right.
Basically. We've been saying
I feel like they do have a good Bash Brother, but they need to find someone for him.
Right.
They have a guy on their team. Anytime anyone says dare, he does it.
Oh yeah. So that's 100% setting up a Bash Brother.
He'll be a Bash Brother.
Yeah.
So he just needs a
like
buddy.
The figure skater from the second movie, how in the third one he became the Bash Brother.
I think they'll probably bring in a big guy in who's really aggressive, and then he recruits that guy with him, and he's like, "Come on, let's fuck some people up."
One of the small things we noticed in the background that's just an awesome nod to the original series is the school they go to. And then the third episode in the background, the school bus, you see District 5, which if you remember, that was the name of the original team. Because that was their district was District 5.
That's very
So it's
cool.
like District 5 middle school. So it's like taking place in the same exact spot.
So this bag just caught my eye.
Yeah.
Reminded me that.
Oh yeah, we gotta mix it or quit it.
Yeah, we don't have to do it yet, but I wanted to talk about it.
Yeah.
Because what did he label this bag?
Max's monstrosity.
So I don't think there's much hope here. I don't
So
know.
we'll definitely get into that here in a minute.
Bleak outcome. Bleak outlook. That's what I meant to say.
Oh, yeah.
But before we get into that, there's another thing we've been doing. Me and Brody started this week again. Star Wars.
Oh,
And I
yeah.
feel like we gotta bring this up again because someone's missing.
Oh yeah. I was saving this. Hold on.
Disney Plus shows are very good.
All right, I'm getting grilled on
You haven't
podcast.
watched Mandalorian yet?
I'm getting grilled on podcast. Is
You
that what's happening?
motherfucker. How have you not watched any Mandalorian episodes yet?
Because I'm lazy and I haven't put
Bro,
Disney
What do you
Plus
mean you're
on my
lazy?
phone.
Bro.
That's the main reason to be honest.
Better than 4, better than 5, better than 6.
Better than Game Changers.
Better than
Wait,
Game
what are you saying?
I think Mandalorian is
Hold
better
on.
than the original 3 movies. Straight up.
Okay.
No,
Here's the thing. Here's the thing, though, right? If I really like 8, 9, or 7, 8, 9,
Oh, fuck you.
Then I think you'll
I
still
still like the original.
I still
like 7,
think
8,
you'll
9.
like Mandalorian more than
You'll-
7, 8, 9.
I guarantee you'll like it.
Because it's the build-up. You're seeing
Yeah.
now the end of 6 when you see Palpatine's gone.
Yeah.
You're now seeing the world we've never seen.
Yep.
You're seeing
The
that
vacuum of
storyline
power.
between 6 to 7.
Okay,
This is
yeah.
where Mandalorian
Of
is.
everybody racing for power.
Everyone,
because
all the
Uh-huh.
Jedi are hiding and everything.
Okay, I mean I can get behind.
And it's a spaghetti western. Literally.
Dude, it's
It's so good.
Brody. He is the Star Wars John Wick, and
Yeah.
Baby Yoda is his dog. Grogu.
I just need to put Disney Plus on my phone. Like I get it for free because I have Verizon. So
Oh, that's
Shout out
sick.
Verizon.
it's awesome. Yeah, I love it.
That's-
Shout out to Verizon.
I didn't know about
But
that.
yeah, it's awesome.
That was-
I just need to put it on my phone.
That
and
was
then I will.
cloaked from me.
Oh,
A smooth transition into.
nice segue.
Thank you. The cloak from Hamilton. This
Yes.
is. We made a video about the PS1 and the KR1.
Yeah.
And by the time this podcast comes out, we will have a video out about this guy, the cloak, and
The Tombstone.
The Tombstone.
That is the 2-cart version of the cloak.
So the cloak holds one cart, turns it into a draw activated battery, and
Yeah.
so the tombstone's still draw activated
Yes.
with 2 carts inside.
Yes.
It's going to be intense.
Yeah.
'Cause
So
this
I'm
thing's
guessing it's
already-
going to be probably about twice the size of that.
Yeah, probably a little wider. Overall, I mean, I've been using this a lot. I've really liked it. The only thing I've noticed, the only drawback is like some carts are easier to draw through than others. Like
Okay.
this tree topping here, you kind of gotta really get
It's a
some
little
love.
extra pull.
But the honey root, it's like
Smooth.
yeah,
Yeah.
no problem.
Have you done any of the new remedies?
Not, I've done
Go
one.
go
but
Geoji.
I've done it on my 40 watt to give it the best chance.
Yeah,
and it's
sure.
still didn't do great. So
Dang.
I've been doing the Grave Go Geoji,
Yeah.
and that is my favorite
I
card.
have that in my
Flavor.
PS1.
Fire.
Yeah.
Effectiveness. Fire.
if
Yeah.
anyone from Honey Root is listening, wedding cake is my favorite.
Yeah.
It's so good. But
So
I'm on
we heard something
True
about new honey root.
Yeah, I checked their social media and I saw blue Skittles flavor and
Ooh.
one called Blue Honey, I think it was.
Ooh.
Or Green Honey, maybe.
Interesting.
Which their wedding cake for me is the end all be all cartridge.
It's really good.
awesome.
Well, actually, I'm pretty sure this is the wedding cake disposable.
Hell yeah, good, good deal.
Yeah. So new flavors. I'm guessing with the new flavors, we'll probably get a restock of all the old stuff as
I'm
well.
assuming.
So
We did
that's
just get, Anthony just said to be here soon.
soon.
New.
So hopefully by the time this podcast is out.
So I guess
we
I was
should
on
have
the
it.
sun.
Yeah.
I was on the sun.
Yeah.
New packaging.
Yeah.
New flavors.
Yeah.
Dope.
Exactly.
Good stuff. I mean, Honey Root is. They haven't really let me down. Their pineapple cushion ain't my favorite though.
I like. I've had a couple problems with their disposables, but this
Same.
one's been treating me really well. I am pretty new into it. Yeah. Pretty new into it, but no clogging issues or anything, so I'm pretty happy with it.
Yeah, it's wedding cake.
You guys need to not be so serious with disposal.
That's the good one.
Speaking of serious disposal,
Oh!
Wax came out with a new one.
Nice.
The big Chongy boy here.
It's so chonky.
Big
It's
Chongus. The big Cubano.
how many hits
Yeah, it is.
2,200
in that?
in this
thick?
thing.
Yeah.
This is one I definitely think we'll need to go back, rip one open, Curious on what's going on the inside here. Why is this thing so big?
Yeah, it's probably for.
Well, I mean, it's wide, but kind of stubby. A little bit.
That actually might be a good. Yeah, tear that down, break it apart, see what's inside. Because a lot of the
Flavor's
disposables
fire.
end up
Skittles
using.
Rainbow Mix.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
It doesn't have a really big. It's not like one of those that has a menthol on the back end.
Right.
It's just
No.
straight rainbow.
Yeah.
Normally not a big fan of Skittles flavors. The initial flavor of this is great. Not a huge fan of the aftertaste, if I'm honest.
There's a little bit of like a candy aftertaste. I don't mind it, but it is there.
Yeah.
For sure.
It definitely reminds me of the Motrin I used to take as a kid.
Oh jeez.
I hate it.
Another
You're
thing
terrible.
that's happened this week, which is bananas, but not bananas, actually.
Banana.
Juice had peach pear, man.
Oh yeah.
It's the first podcast, y'all, that I've not vaped green apple here.
How about
And
that?
I haven't vaped green apple since last night at 6 o'clock. When I left here from work, I left peach pear on my top here, and it has not came off. I'm on my third tank today.
Put that in
my
context.
goodness.
I've worked here for my boulder's gone, damn. Over 2 years, and this guy has pretty much only baked green apple, except when we're out of it. Then he does watermelon lime. Or
No.
green apple freeze.
Green apple freeze is fire.
Yeah. I'm afraid.
But peach pear, man, if you guys haven't done it, do it. But
Nope.
now we're going to see if this flavor is any good. I feel like they're 60 mils from the size of the bag.
Yeah.
Maybe 100 mil.
Oh, the airflow's closed. Oh.
Yeah, that's what happens with the gin. We do that.
I'm gonna try and not give too much of a reaction.
I don't like being last on this.
Yeah.
I mean, it should be broken in by the time it gets to me, though. So. Sorry.
I'm legitimately a little nervous. Okay, it doesn't smell bad. That's a good start.
Oh boy.
Connor's face said something different.
Woo!
Black bottle.
It's not the flavor. I just couldn't breathe.
That's a tobacco.
That's a tobacco. Cool.
With menthol.
Hold
Cool.
on. Yeah, it's
Cool, thanks, guys.
Oh, sorry.
pretty much exactly what I got out of it.
I think I know. I think I have an educated guess.
I'm gonna feel these bottles. One is a 60.
Okay.
One is either 100 or 120.
Okay, I think I got it.
I'm not hitting it.
I didn't know. Really? I don't hate it.
The flavor's not
I think.
horrible.
All right.
Who's going first? Who's
Uh,
locking in their answer first? Let's go down the line.
No,
No?
other way around.
Okay, fine. I had a hit last, so I go first.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna lock in vanilla tobacco yogi.
Okay.
That's a good call.
I'm gonna lock in beard, New York strawberries and cheesecake.
Interesting.
I am going to say Basics Butterscotch Reserve,
Okay. Oh, I don't hate that.
and
Very similar.
I honestly want to say Basics. Well, no, not okay. Can't be another. Has to be 100. So maybe Naked Crisp Menthol.
That's
Just-
60 mil.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you're right.
This is tough.
I don't want to hit it again because it's kind of not good.
I don't mind it. It's really.
Why don't you give us your
One
guess?
more. Here.
I'm trying
come back
to.
me.
Do I get Max to hit his monstrosity?
Yeah.
If I gotta go through this, so does this one.
Okay. Butterscotch Reserve
I think that's
That's a good guess.
and lemon nominal ice.
no way.
I
You
don't
think-
know.
I know. I'm stumped. I'm
I,
super stumped.
I feel confident on the Butterscotch Reserve, but I don't. That menthol's what's throwing me off.
What did he say for the tobacco?
I said vanilla tobacco yogi.
I think I hit it again. Now that I hit it again, I think you're right. But to be different, I'm gonna say
Oh, you
Butterscotch
haven't
Reserve.
looked at it
You're
yet?
not
think-
yet.
Okay,
We
cool.
want you to vape it.
Yeah, you
see
have
what
to.
you think.
I think it's a
I'm
spearmint.
gonna honestly say it mixes. I'm gonna say it mixes.
I think it mixes.
I think it mixes.
I think it mixes.
That's way better than I thought it was going to be.
it mixes.
It
Am I the
mixes.
odd one out who does not like it?
I think so.
I mean, it's not
Wait,
good.
wait.
I
We
don't-
got it. It mixes. So Brody, you're.
I don't like it.
I'm with
Does
Brody.
it mix or call it?
Oh dang.
I don't.
Two
Call it
people
quits?
call it quits.
Yeah, call it quits.
All right, let me hear it one more
Damn.
time.
I have
Alright.
legitimately no fucking clue what these two
And,
juices are.
so my final answer: vanilla or basics, butterscotch reserve, and lemon on ice, badoosh,
Okay.
locked.
I'm gonna go with the butterscotch reserve because I am getting a little bit of butter. It almost tastes caramely, which is
There's
weird.
caramel in butterscotch reserve.
Yeah, all right. So butterscotch reserve. I'm going with the 60 ml. The 100 ml. I have no fucking clue what it is. Absolutely no clue. Or 120 ml. It has to be just some kind of bland menthol.
That's why I'm going with the lemon. I think that whatever that butterscotch, tobacco, vanilla.
I'm calling
tobacco
stumped.
bullshit-
I say it mixes, but I don't know
Don't
what
open
the
it
fuck
yet.
it is.
Don't open it yet.
She was chaining it, man. New all day.
I'm gonna go basic B.
Okay.
Ooh. I see where you're going with this. Basic B.
I can't lock in that other flavor.
I think it's a mince. Choco mint.
Yep, that's
Choco
it.
mint and yep.
Basic B and choco mint. Locking that in.
Nope.
Nope.
Butterscotch
Scotch reserve.
reserve.
Oh, I got it.
Damn. Oh, what the?
Island Bay
Island Bay
Ice.
Ice.
What the?
Oh, I was on the right path.
You were an
I
obscure
was
menthol.
closest. I was close.
Oh.
Brody was definitely closest.
Very close.
I got the
I thought-
butterscotch reserve. I'll take
If you
that.
had kept going, I thought Brody was gonna get it. I was like, oh.
I need some peach pear now.
Yeah, right? That was pretty rough.
Nice.
But
Thanks for
It's
that.
Sick.
Remember
After
who's
all
mixing
that-
it next week.
Mm-hmm.
I think we're done.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Good one, guys.
Very
Thanks for
nice.
trying your monstrosity.
Yeah, that's terrible.
Thank you.
I'm definitely getting y'all back.
I mix it.
And we will see you all next week.
Chill.
Toodles.